We back. Wait. What was that? Oh. Shit lagging. Alright. They said Eastern Canal side. I still don't know what the fuck they mean. And own no weakness or fault. Okay. I think we're just gonna look and see if there's like, let's levitate. See if there's anything like, no door. Nothing over here, right? No. Anything under the bridge? No. Is this what she meant? No. Alright. Whatever. We gonna go through the front door. And hopefully they like me enough that they don't try to fuck me up. What are you doing in the pot? Matter of fact, I don't care. Wait, what? Alright, it's up here. Yo, ignore me. Thanks. Looking for a Saruni. Ah. Southern half of the East Chapel of the High Fame. Bro, what the fuck? Oh. Eastern Canal side. Maybe this? This is the hall underworks. And I actually want to go... Alright, let's try it. Oh right, we could use this. That's to the Hall of Wisdom. Man, where am I? Oh, fuck. Fuck. Alright, we got 6 uses. This shit don't work. I'm cheating this bitch. That's how we do. What's with the lighting right now, though? What up, yo? You are a complicated ass dude to get to. Thank you for coming, Note. You know the temple's doctrine on the Nerevarine. Perhaps it's time to change that doctrine. Alright. Remind me. The temple must protect the people from false doctrines, and your association with Imperial intelligence makes your motivations and integrity suspect. But you've been chosen Ortator in Nerevarine by the Dunmer people, and we have reached a crisis Dagoth era. We can no longer defend the people against the awakened Sixth House. You and your prophecies may represent our lost hope. our last hope. Our situation is desperate, but I'd rather have you hear the details of our situation and the circumstances leading up to that situation from Lord Vivek himself. He has asked to see you. Would you agree to a private meeting with him and hear in person what he has to say? Yeah. Good. Here are 2 keys. One to the private back entrance to my quarters, the other to a locked entrance to Lord Vivek's palace. I regret that at present the ordinators are not completely under my control. So for now, I ask you to avoid confrontations with him. Lord Wabbajack is expecting you. His lordship is remarkably patient, but perhaps it would be better not to keep him waiting. What you got to say about Norriver? The temple believes you to be a false incarnate and a danger to the temple and the Dummer people, and our ordinators will treat you as an enemy. People's faith in the holy tribunal is all that protects us from the evils of Dagoth-Ur, and an outlander will not be allowed to weaken it. Okay. What's Ghostgate? Ghostgate is a holy stronghold that guards the only entrance through Ghost Fence. All who fight the evils of Dagoth-Ur there are thrice blessed by the temple. What is Ghost Fence? Ghost Fence is a magic wall created by the tribunal to imprison the devil Dagoth-Ur and his evil servants within the crater of Red Mountain. Okay. Tell me about Vivek. As a temple patriarch, I'm blessed to meet Lord Vivek often. He is the most public of Almsivi, known even in Yokita, I've heard, and the tales of his exploits would take days to tell. His writings are subtle and full of hidden meanings. I've even heard that he has obtained Chim. I'm not sure what that is, but for those who have mentioned it to me, considered extraordinary. Cool. I'm just looking. How do I get out? St. Olm's Temple. Here and to the right? I think so. This looked like some Jade Tech shit. You have a vision of the men standing in front of you. You were best friends once. You had many adventures together. You solved mysteries, and you supported each other in battle, as well as in private matters. But at the end, he betrayed you and murdered you. Let's save. What's up? I expected you. We have business, you and I. What business? When I was young like you, I was very impatient, so I will keep our business short. Then, later, there may be time for other things. First, I propose to remove my curse upon the Nerevarine, and end the persecution of the dissident priest, and proclaim to all Morrowind that Note is the incarnate in Nerevarine, the prophesied savior of Morrowind, and the last hope to withstand the menace of Dagoth-Ur in the Sixth House. These things I will do, whether you wish or not. Next, I propose to surrender to you the power and responsibility of defeating Dagoth-Ur. You may choose to refuse. I will not compel you. You will receive the power as a gift in the form of an artifact called Wraith Guard. You may accept the gift, then do with it as you will. You will receive the responsibility as an oath. You may give your oath, then keep it or break it as you like. First, will you accept Wraith Guard as a gift? What is Wraith Guard? I'll take your maybe as a no. Then that concludes our interview. I hope it's not an inconvenience. And if you change your mind, come back. Bro, yeah, unfinished business. Fine, I'll take the shit. Good, sensible of you. And now, will you give your oath before all gods and men, before all spirits visible and invisible, before my honor and your honor, to dedicate yourself in Wraith Guard to the defeat and and destruction of Dagoth-Ur and the preservation of Morrowind and its people? Yes, I so swear. Not very sensible, but very good. I was hoping for someone who would have no hesitations about making such an oath. You will now have a brief, momentary sensation of time passing. Don't be alarmed, you are being taken out of time in order to avoid the unpleasant experience of learning how to use Wraithguard. It will be over before. There's a brief sensation of motion in total darkness, floating but without a sense of weight or direction. You know it. Now, I will notify the temple that you are our champion. Then there shall be no more persecution of the dissident priests, and I hope both sides shall swiftly be reconciled. We have time for questions if you like, or you may leave as you wish, but I think there are at least 2 things you ought to know before you leave. How to use Wraithguard and how to defeat Dagoth. You need to know, where is Dagoth? What are Dagoth's plans? Who are Dagoth's servants? Who is Dagoth? What are Dagoth's powers? What is known about Dagoth's defenses? How can I prepare for battle against Dagoth, and who can help? Jeez. Okay. So, who's Dagoth? Former Lord High Counselor of House Dagoth. He was of Lord Nerevar's generation, older than we, and a mighty sorcerer and enchanted in life. In his sustained shadow immortality, he appears to be a highly intelligent, severely deluded immortal monster with unparalleled supernatural abilities. He appears, by turns, lucid and deranged, compassionate and bestial, profoundly wise and profoundly disordered. In short, he is a mad god. Okay. His defenses: confer with the ordinators and buoyant armigers garrisoning Ghostgate for the latest information about the defenses of the citadels of Dagoth and his heart-white kin. His plans: we know nothing for sure, but we have learned much from interrogating 6 House cultists and victims of dream compulsions, and from our study of Dagoth's actions. The temple scholars and inquisitors have prepared a document, Dagoth's plans, that summarizes what we know or suspect. Take this copy. It's also available in my library. What are his powers? He's able to send his mind into the dreams of susceptible victims across vast distances. The victims are either swayed by his compulsions or driven mad. He also seems nearly invulnerable to physical and magical harm. His flesh and the flesh of his followers evolves towards a mutable magical form. Dagoth in the highest ranks can control the distorted manifestations of their flesh. However, lower ranks lose control of their bodies and become mindless corpus monsters. His servants. Chief among his servants are his 7 brothers, the Ash Vampires, powerful heart-whites and cunning sorcerers of old. These creatures appear to die, but always are revived at the heart. Somehow Dagoth has conferred some portion of his immortality upon them, or perhaps they sustain themselves through more conventional sorcery. How to defeat him? To defeat Dagoth, go to Red Mountain to recover the artifact hammer Sunder from Gate Citadel Viminal, then recover the artifact blade Keening from Gate Citadel Otrisol, then proceed with Wraithguard, Sunder, and Keening to the Citadel of Dagoth. Within the Citadel, find the heart of Lord Khan. Use the 3 artifacts to sever Dagoth's connection to the heart, and he will be destroyed, and the blight ended on Morrowind. To destroy Dagoth, you must sever his connection with the heart of Lord Khan. To do this, strike the heart with the artifact hammer Sunder once, then strike the heart more than once with the artifact blade Keening. You must wear Wraithguard, because you cannot handle either Sunder or Keening unless you are wearing Wraithguard. That is a short, simple explanation. Here is the long, detailed explanation written down for your convenience. Read it, study it, commit it to memory. What's your library? I want your trust and willing cooperation, so I've had the priest make copies of a number of documents. They're here for you to read or take with you. Take a look at them. Help yourself. Prepare for battle. Prepare for war. Beyond the ghost fence, there are no safe places. No allies. Stockpile resources. Plan for retreat and replenishment. Quest for artifacts of power. Red Mountain. In my library, I've made available 2 conflicting accounts of the events of Red Mountain. My own true account and another false account, common among the Ashlanders and preserved in the Apocrypha. I don't care whether you believe my account or not. I leave it up to you to judge which is true. Where is he? Dagoth has never ventured out of the Heart Chamber, a place under Red Mountain where the heart of Lorkhan lies. It is there, or nearby, that he's constructing a new god, a Kulakan, also known as Second Numidium. And who can help? Ordinators and buoyant armigers stationed at Ghostgate have the most practical knowledge of the nightmare world inside the ghost fence. Seek them in my name for counsel and aid. Alright, is that it? Actually, I believe we've finished our business. I will notify the temple that you are our champion. There shall be no more persecution of the dissident priests, and I hope both sides shall swiftly be reconciled. Okay. Oh, hold up. Now you are my guest, I'm your host, and we have time for explanations or counsel or questions or bitter recriminations, if you like, or you may leave if you wish, as you wish. But I think before you leave, you should learn how to defeat Dagoth Ur and how you must use Wraith Guard. Explanations. You want to know, why did I wage war on the Nerevarine? Why did I try to suppress the Apocrypha? Why did I persecute the dissident priest? Why is Dagoth Ur winning the war? How does the tribunal fight Dagoth Ur? What are Wraith Guard's powers? Let's go in order. Why did you wage war on the Nerevarine? Why did I try to kill you? Because you threatened the faith of my followers, and I needed their faith to hold back the darkness. And I thought you were my enemy, a pawn of the subtle Daedra Lord Azera, or a pawn of Emperor Uriel Septim, or a simple fraud, perhaps a hero, but not much of one if my faithful could destroy you. Now circumstances are altered. I need you, and you need me. Why did you try to suppress the Apocrypha? Because it was such an unfortunate mixture of truth, falsehood, and speculation that I couldn't afford to manage the confused reaction of our faithful. Any doubt whatsoever weakened their faith, and we needed their faith to give us the power to maintain the ghost fence. In retrospect, perhaps we lost the faith of those we most needed while preserving the faith of the meek and indifferent. Perhaps a mistake was made. Who can say? Why do you persecute the dissident priest? Suppression and persecution of dissent is just one of the standard tools of statecraft. I believe we erred in trusting the judgment of Beryl Salah. He and his ordinators served valiantly in the war against Dagoth Ur. We mistook his misplaced zeal for energy and dedication. Mistakes were made, but no more. There shall be no more persecution of the dissident priest, and I hope both sides shall swiftly be reconciled. Why is Dagoth Ur winning? He's winning because he's close to the source of power, Lorkhan's heart, and because he retains the passion of madness, while we have settled into the lonely and unrewarding posture of dogged dutifulness and perseverance. And finally, perhaps because he is stronger and smarter than we are, and his followers are more fervent and fanatical. I believe we were careless and complacent and outwitted, and in the matter of denying the Nerevarine, we were foolish. How does the tribunal fight Dagoth Ur? In the past, the tribunal made seasonal campaigns to Red Mountain. We slew Dagoth Ur and his kin, though the heart always revived them in time. Later, when we realized we couldn't destroy them, we created the ghost fence to contain the threat. These solutions were effective until Dagoth Ur ambushed us and captured Sunder and Keening. Since that time, our fortunes have waned as his increased. And what are Wraith Guard's powers? Wraith Guard's primary function is to protect the wearer from the fatal energies of the artifacts Sunder and Keening. It also has minor protective enchantments against physical and magical damage that you may find useful. Alright. Questions? You're curious what really happened at Red Mountain? What really happened to the Dwemer? What was the Dwemer's sin? What is it like to be a god? Do I remember being mortal? How do I feel about the people of Morrowind? We're going to get all the information. What really happened at Red Mountain? In my library, I have 2 conflicting accounts. Don't care which one I believe. Got you. What really happened to the Dwemer? I have no idea what happened to the Dwemer. I have no sense of them in the timeless divine world outside of mortal time, and in fact, if I did believe they existed, I would be in no hurry to make contact with them. They may, with some justice, hold the Dunmer race responsible for their fate. My intuition is that they are gone forever, and that is perfectly fine with me. That is very interesting. What was the Dwemer's sin? The sin of the Dwemer was the creation of a new god from the substance of a dead god, Lorkhan. That is also the sin for which we would destroy Dagoth Ur. I hesitate to call it sin, more properly call it destructive evil. The sin of the tribunal, however, is in the breaking of an oath to Azera to forbear from tapping the heart with Kagernak's tools, and in the folly of seeking to become gods. Breaking the oath was evil, becoming gods was folly. If we sinned, we have paid the price. What's it like to be a god? It is like being a juggler. Things are always moving, and you learn to know where they are without even thinking about it. Only there are many, many things moving, and sometimes, like any juggler, you drop something. I'm afraid it is become a lot more a matter of dropping things lately. There's too much to do and not enough time, and I'm losing my touch. Perhaps I'm growing old. It is a bit like being at once awake and asleep. Awake, I'm here with you, thinking and talking. Asleep, I am very, very busy. Perhaps for other gods, the completely immortal ones, it is only like that being asleep. Out of time, me, I exist at once inside of time and outside of it. It's nice never being dead, too. When I die in the world of time, then I'm completely asleep. I'm very much aware that all I have to do is choose to wake, and I'm alive again. Many times I have very deliberately tried to wait patiently, a very long, long time before choosing to wake up. And no matter how long it feels like I wait, it always appears when I wake up that no time has passed at all. That is a God place, the place out of time, where everything is always happening all at once. Do you remember being mortal? I remember. I do not feel it. I can, if I choose, remember the feeling, but I do not choose. It is very, very sad being mortal. There is happiness, yes, but mostly sadness. As I've said, count only the happy hours. For mortals, they are all too few. But for gods, for me, there is no more feeling, only knowing. Not quite no more feeling. I still want to win. I want to defeat Dagoth. Perhaps I've lost the feeling for the people, for their suffering. I don't want that feeling. It is no use to me. That is no longer what matters to me. I only want not to lose. To lose would be very, very bitter. How do you feel about the people of Morrowind? I love the people of Morrowind. I became a god to make their lives more comfortable and secure. I am most close to my faithful followers. I am literally in their hearts and minds. I feel the most sympathy with House Redoran. They are a Dunmer driven by creeds and deeds, like I am. House Indoro is closer to the compassion and sympathy of Almalexia, a comfortable and secure serenity. House Tovani matches the disposition of my brother Sothasil, iconoclastic, profane, unconventional. House Alalu represents the future of the Dunmer, integrated into the sophisticated mainstream of the traditionless, raceless, godless culture of the Empire. House Dress represents the past of pre-tribunal Great House culture, a persistent tradition of Daedra and ancestor-worshipping civilized Dunmer clans. And I even love the Ashlanders for their preservation of the most ancient barbarian tribal traditions of the Dunmer who first settled Morrowind. Bitter recriminations. You want to chide me? Why did I murder Nerevar? Why did I break my oath to Azura not to use Kagranak's tools? Why did I cause others to suffer? Why'd you murder Nerevar? We did not murder Nerevar. The legend that we murdered Nerevar comes from a story told by a shield companion to Nerevar, Alandro Sol, who lived among the Ashlanders. The Ashlanders have retained Alandro Sol's account as part of their oral histories. The account is persuasive in some details, implausible in others, and is in any case false. I have 2 accounts of Nerevar's death here in my library. Read them and judge for yourself. Why'd you break your oath to Azura not to use Kagranak's tools? Along with Lord Nerevar, and at his insistence, Almalexia, Sothasil, and I swore before our god of oaths at the time, the Daedra Lord Azura, never to employ the tools of Kagranak for any purpose. We broke our oaths. We turned our backs on the old gods. I still see no compelling reason to worship any of the Aedra or Daedra, but for the respect I held for Nerevar, and the respect I held for myself, I should never have betrayed my oath. Of all my life's actions, I most regret that failure. Why'd you cause others to suffer? I respect that question, and you for it. The most I can say is I did the best I could, as I saw things. Can you, mortal, presume to judge the actions and motives of a god? But because I need you and you need me, I will make an accounting for my sins to you, but not now. Destroy Dagoth, and then we will discuss my sins. Then perhaps you will have earned the right to judge me. Alright, let me just double check. Yeah, you gave me a plan. Alright. Great talking to you, man. I'm very thirsty. That was a lot of reading. Hold on. Anticipations. plan to defeat Dagoth. For the past 20 years, the tribunal have tried unsuccessfully to execute this plan. Hold up, this is fucking long. Fuck it. However, we failed because we were required to stage an assault and simultaneously maintain the ghost fence to prevent the threatened large-scale breakout of Dagoth's blighted hosts. With the Nerevarine leading the assault and the tribunal free to devote their full energies to maintaining the ghost fence, this plan has a greater chance of success. Unfortunately, however, the loss of the artifacts Sunder and Keening and the recent increase in Dagoth's strength poses new problems for the execution of the plan. Therefore, our proposed plan has the following 5 phases. 1. A series of aggressive raids to scout inside the ghost fence. 2. A series of aggressive raids to neutralize Dagoth's ash vampire kin and recover artifacts from the bodies. 3. An assault of Gate Citadel Viminal to neutralize Dagoth Vimin and recover the artifact hammer Sunder. 4. An assault of Gate Citadel Odrasol to neutralize Dagoth Odros and recover the artifact blade Keening. 5. An assault of Citadel Dagoth with the artifacts Wraithguard, Sunder, and Keening to sever Dagoth's connection to the heart of Lorkhan and thus to destroy Dagoth. And then we'll read the phases as they come. So that is the plan to defeat. Let me double check, make sure. Yeah, we have that. Battle of Red Mountain. The following is a transcript of the words of Lord Vivek, addressed to a dissident priest, Malur Omain, who confronted Vivek with the Ashlander traditions surrounding the Battle of Red Mountain and with the prophecies of the Nerevarine, and to unnamed magistrates of the Inquisition who joined Vivek in interrogating the priest. Who can clearly recall the events of the distant past, but you have asked me to tell you, in my own words, the events surrounding the Battle of Red Mountain, the birth at the tribunal, and the prophecies of a Nerevar reborn. Here's what I can tell you. When the Chimer first abandoned the herds and tents of their nomadic ancestors and built the first great houses, we loved the Daedra and worshipped them as gods. But our brethren, the Dwemer, scorned Daedra and mocked our foolish rituals and referred instead their gods of reason and logic. So the Chimer, the Chimer and Dwemer were always at bitter war until the Nords came and invaded Resdain. Only then did the Chimer and Dwemer put away their strife and join together to cast out the invaders. Once the Nords were driven out, General Nerevar of the Chimer and General Dumak of the Dwemer, who had come to love and respect one another, resolved to make peace between their peoples. In that time, I was but a junior counselor to Nerevar, and Nerevar's queen, Almalexia, and his other favorite counselor, Sotasil, always doubted that such a peace might long survive, given the bitter disputes between Chimer and Dwemer, but by negotiation and compromise, Nerevar and Dumak somehow managed to preserve a fragile peace. But when Dagoth Lord of House Dagoth, entrusted as a friend by both Nerevar and the Dwemer, brought us proof that High Engineer Kagranak of the Dwemer had discovered the heart of Lorkhan, and that he had learned how to tap its powers and was building a new god, a mockery of Chimer faith, and a fearsome weapon, we all urged Nerevar to make war on the dwarves and to destroy this threat to Chimer beliefs and security. Nerevar was troubled. He went to Dumak and asked if what Dagoth said was true, but Kagranak took great offense and asked whom Nerevar thought he was, that he might presume to judge the affairs of the Dwemer. Nerevar was further troubled and made pilgrimage to Olamayan, the sacred temple of Azura, and Azura confirmed that all that Dagoth said was indeed true, and that the creation of a new god of the Dwemer should be prevented at all costs. When Nerevar came back and told us what the goddess had said, we felt our judgments confirmed, and again counseled him to war, chiding Nerevar for his naive trust and friendship, and reminding Nerevar of his duty to protect the faith and security of the Chimer against the impiety and dangerous ambitions of the Dwemer. Ambitions of the Dwemer? Then Nerevar went back to Vardenfell one last time, hoping that negotiations and compromise might once again preserve the peace. But this time their friends Nerevar and Dumak quarreled bitterly, and as a result the Chimer and Dwemer went to war. The Dwemer were well defended by their fortress at Red Mountain, but Nerevar's cunning drew most of Dumak's armies out into the field and pinned them there. While Nerevar, Dagoth and a small group of companions could make their way into the Heart Chamber by secret means, there Nerevar the Chimer King met Dumak the Dwarf King, and they both collapsed from grievous wounds and draining magics. With Dumak fallen and threatened by Dagoth and others, Kagranak turned his tools upon the heart. And Nerevar said he saw Kagranak and all his Dwemer companions at once disappear from the world. In that instant, Dwemer everywhere disappeared without a trace. But Kagernak's tools remained, and Dagoth seized them, and he carried them to Nervar, saying, "That fool Kagernak has destroyed his own people with these things. We should destroy them right away, lest they fall into the wrong hands." But Nervar was resolved to confer with his queen and his generals, who had foreseen that this war would come, and whose counsel he would not ignore again. "I will ask the tribunal what we shall do with them, for they have had wisdom in the past that I had not. Stay here, loyal Dagoth until I return." So Nervar told Dagoth to protect the tools and the heart chamber until he returned. Then Nervar was carried to us where we waited on the slopes of Red Mountain, and he told us all that had transpired under Red Mountain. What Nervar had said was that the Dwemer had used special tools to turn their people into immortals, and that the heart of Lurkhan held wondrous powers. Only later did we hear from others present that Dagoth had thought the Dwemer destroyed, not made immortal, and no one knows for sure what really happened there. After hearing Nervar, we gave our counsel as he requested, proposing, "We should preserve these tools in trust for the welfare of the Khmer people, and who knows, perhaps the Dwemer are not gone forever, but merely transported to some distant realm, from which they may someday return to threaten our security once again. Therefore, we need to keep these tools, to study them and their principles, so that we may be safe in future generations." And though Nervar voiced his grave misgivings, he was willing to be ruled by our council under one condition, that we all together should swear a solemn oath upon Azera that the tools would never be used in the profane manner that the Dwemer had intended. We all readily agreed and swore solemn oaths at Nervar's dictation. So then we went with Nervar back into Red Mountain and met with Dagoth. Dagoth refused to deliver the tools to us, saying they were dangerous and we could not touch them. Dagoth seemed to be irrational, insisting that only he could be trusted with the tools, and then we guessed that he had somehow been affected by his handling of the tools. But now I feel sure that he had privately learned the powers of the tools, and had in some confused way decided he must have them for himself. Then Nervar and our guard resorted to force to secure the tools. Somehow Dagoth and his retainers escaped, but we gained the tools and delivered them to Sothasil for study and safekeeping. For some years we kept the oaths we swore to Azura with Nervar, but during that time, in secret, Sothasil must have studied the tools and divined their mysteries, and at last he came to us with a vision of a new world of peace, with justice and honor for nobles, and health and prosperity for the commoners, with the tribunal as immortal patrons and guides, and dedicating ourselves to the vision of a better world. We made a pilgrimage to Red Mountain and transformed ourselves with the power of Kagernak's tools. Alright. Excuse me. And no sooner than we had completed our rituals and begun to discover our newfound powers, the Daedra Lord Azura appeared and cursed us for our forsworn oaths. By her powers of prophecy, she assured us that her champion Nervar, true to his oath, would return to punish us for our perfidy, and to make sure such profane knowledge might never again be used to mock and defy the will of the gods. But Sothasil said to her, "The old gods are cruel and arbitrary, and distant from the hopes and fears of Mer. Your age is past. We are the new gods, born of the flesh and wise and caring of the needs of our people. Spare us your threats and chiding, in constant spirit. We are bold and fresh and will not fear you." And then in that moment, all Khmer were changed into Dunmer, and our skins turned ashen and our eyes into fire. Of course, we only knew at that time that this had happened to us. But Azera said, "This is not my act, but your act. You have chosen your fate and the fate of your people, and all the Dunmer shall share your fate. From now to the end of time, you think yourselves gods, but you're blind and all is darkness." And Azera left us alone in darkness, and we were all afraid, but we put on brave faces and went forth from Red Mountain to build the new world of our dreams. And the new world we shaped was glorious and generous, and the worship of the Dunmer fervent and grateful. The Dunmer were at first afraid of their new faces, but Sothasil spoke to them, saying that it was not a curse, but a blessing, a sign of their changed natures, and a sign of the special favor they might enjoy as new Mer. No longer barbarians trembling before ghosts and spirits, but civilized Mer, speaking directly to their immortal friends and patrons. The three faces of the tribunal, their immortal friends and patrons, the three faces of the tribunal. And we were all inspired by Sothasil's speech and vision, and took heart, and over time we crafted the customs and institutions of a just and honorable society. and the land of Resdain knew millennia of peace, equity, and prosperity unknown to other savage races. But beneath Red Mountain, Dagoth had survived. And even as the light of our bold new world shined ever more brightly, beneath Red Mountain, the darkness gathered, a darkness that was close kin to the bright light the Sothasil coaxed from the heart of Lorkhan with the tools of Kagurnak. As the darkness grew, we fought it, and crafted walls to confine it, but we never could destroy it, for the source of the darkness was the same source as the source of our own divine inspiration. And then these latter days of Morrowind, reduced to a subjugated province of the Western Empire, as the glory of the temple fades and the dark tide arises from Red Mountain, we are reminded of Azera and her promised champion's return. We have waited, blind and in darkness, mere shadows, drained of our ardent vision, in shame of our folly, in fear of our judgment, and in hope of our deliverance. We do not know if the outlander claiming to fulfill the prophecies of the Nerevarine is our old companion Nerevar Reborn, or a pawn of the Emperor, or a cat's paw of Azera, or some simple twist of fate. But we insist you adhere to temple doctrine and conform to the strictures dividing the hieroglypha from the apocrypha, and that you not speak that which must not be spoken openly. Act as a dutiful priest should, in accordance with your vows of obedience to the canons and archcanons, and all will be forgiven. Defy me, and you will know what it is to stand against a god. Vivek. Damn. I mean, like, dude was there, and that's not even like, hey, this is what happened. Like, that's somebody transcribed that as he was answering someone he was interrogating, a dissident priest he was interrogating. That's kind of, damn. And it doesn't really paint him in a great light either. And that's, I think we read this one before. They got Earth's plans. Oh, this shit is, okay, hold up. Shit is long too. Let's see. From interrogation, I've captured sleepers. Gotcha. So this is what we figured out about his plans. He wants to establish a theocracy in Morrowind based on the worship of the newborn god Akulakan, second Numidium, to be created by Dagoth from the heart of Lorkhan and a body constructed according to the principles and rituals pioneered by the Dwemer Kagurnak. Establish the the ancient heirs of House Dagoth as the god priest of Akulakan, and the sixth house of Dagoth as the dominant political power in Morrowind. Through charismatic conversion, unite the Dunmer under the guidance of Dagoth to battle against the foreign animals who hold Morrowind in subjection. Okay. Expose the false worship of the tribunal and destroy the ecclesiastical authority and political power of the temple. Okay. Extirpate all remaining individuals of inferior and mongrel races from Morrowind. Whoa. Drive the Empire from Morrowind. Recover ancient territories stolen by Skyrim and Argonia. Extend the worship of Akulakan to all nations of Tamriel through, subversion and conquest. Okay, so he just wants to rule the fucking world, basically. Okay. Well, appreciate it. Yeah, it's fine. The fuck? Shit. 33,333 gold and 33 cents. I don't know what the fuck. Alright, package 30. I need to go to a temple. Yo, low key. Can I Why you got this shit in front of it? Alright, whatever. Like, is that it? I just go to Red Mountain? Do I go from Fort Moonmoth? Go north? Oh yeah, okay. Alright, let's head to the Mages Guild. Got some shit to put away. That 4 to 18, 3 to 20. I mean, bound longsword. What does that mean? Is it like but it don't tell me. Do it? It do. Huh? 1 to 5? This seems dog shit. What? Yeah. This shit could go in the stash. The fuck? I need some arrows. Big time, big time. This bone dancer shit. I don't have enough light armor. So it'll go in the stash. Wraith guard I need. Probably. Don't need the robe. Alright, I could put the books away. Actually, I want to keep the stranger. So we got the plan to defeat and his plans. Okay. Oh wait, am I tired? Let me save. Cool. Sort of tired. Let me see. Is my shit still modified? No, it's not. Why the fuck I'm jumping so high? Where Galbadir at? Willpower, no. No. You ain't Galbadir. Alright. Let's see. What you got? Firebite Club? No. Snowy Crown? That sounds cool, but no. Demon Katana? No. I mean, no. Nah, the longsword shit is a trap. Full burner. Sounds cool, but I think ice is probably better. I feel like less things will be resistant to it. Fire always seems like, you know, Anyways, heart wall sounds cool. Holy shield. I'll take Savage Might. That shit was very cool. Very helpful, I think, when I fought dude. I need some potions. Please don't be a blight storm. Also, please don't crash. Cool. I need a chest piece. Forgot I don't have one. Right? I don't. Just have a shirt. Yeah. Yo. Meldor. Light armor. Chitin Cures. 40. I guess I'll take this for now.
How may I help you? You'll find the best prices right here.
Will I? $13 armor. Yay, let's go. Alright. Alright. Apothecary, is there one nearby? It is certainly Outfitter. There isn't? For real? Oh, Alchemist. Hello? What? Oh, why are you hiding in the corner? What? Raw glass? That's not my concern. Damn. Yes, I am. Only health. And I need a temple. Alright, I might be back. And hopefully they can fix my shit. Yeah, that's all I really wanted. Temple is off to the left. Let me save. Need a healer, I guess. Are you a healer? Whoa, that's a lot of shit. Until I make amends. A master of the temple, bro. Y'all gonna make me buy restore speed shit. That's cruel. but I'll do it now. Ooh, okay, I just jumped through them. And then I need some arrows. What's this? What the fuck? Clother.
I'm honored to do business with you, YAJAN.
Where the water at?
Thank you.
Okay, I still need a little bit. Whatever. Okay, now the outfitter, that might be what I'm looking for. Just straight ahead. Oh, is this it? Pawnbroker. Outfitter? Yes. Claggy's Clanler.
Go ahead, I'm waiting.
Yes. Whoa, 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 whoa. Backpack trap. Oh, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, whoa, 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 whoa. Sunshade? Yeah. Yeah, give me that. Arrows, my boy. Yo, real one. Real one. 35. How much does this other backpack weigh? 20. Fair enough. Sell that shit. Let's start with that. Just so I can know how much I can actually carry. You know what I'm saying? Where they go? Oh, they do it. Yeah. Okay. 51 marksman. I'm at 44. Yeah. All these arrows, I don't like having so many different ones. Whoops. I have 50 pounds that I can carry. Probably some more, because I'm definitely going to get rid of some shit. Don't need that. Don't need that. I don't need this. Where to go? Clay pot. Soul index. I don't need that. It's very heavy. Yeah, where's the clay pot? Oh. Oh, it's 2 pounds for 100. Ooh, sorry. 2 pounds for 100, 4 pounds. 1 pound for 80. 1 pound for 90. I think what I have now is fine. Yeah, it is. Okay. Anything else we want besides arrows? No, I think it's just arrows. Health. Take it. And that's it. Arrows. Not 500. Let's do 100. Oops. Shift. Yeah. Sure. Looks good. All right. And with that, we will start our journey. Look at us. Start our journey to the Ghost Gate next time. Thanks for watching. Sorry if you don't like long reading and shit, but I want to understand the game I'm playing. Yeah, see you next time. Let's fuck this up. There we go. Deuces.